Hello, friends. Sorry, it's been a while again because the last few months have been a bit hectic. There was Christmas and I was sick for like a month, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff been happening with my game and all kinds of stuff. But we shall continue making this tutorial. And today we will be upgrading our project to use Unity 6. I think it's good to change to Unity 6 if you're just starting a new project. Make sure you use Unity 6 because it is just... There's a lot of new things that work better in my opinion, and you can get rid of that Unity logo on the startup of your game for free, so that's great. If you're close to release, you probably shouldn't upgrade to Unity 6 if you're making a game with the older Unity version. But here we are just making a tutorial, so I think it's a good idea to do this. And if you want to do this, you can do it, and just caution that some things could go broken. But as for Adventure Creator, so far everything has been working correctly, and there's like a different version of Adventure Creator that you have to download to make sure everything works correctly. So here we have our escape room tutorial game. It was using this version, but here we will go and choose the Unity 6 version. I don't think this is the latest one, but close enough. It will warn you that it's a different editor version, but we can just go and change. It may have to re-import stuff, and there might be this kind of window here, mismatching project version, so it will do re-import if needed. Then you just have to wait for it to open the project in the new version. This kind of window may also pop up. Script updating consent. API has changed, so they can be automatically updated. You can do this. I don't think it's necessary, but it might be good to do this always for all the other files that might be found later. I think the update for the Adventure Creator already has these changes, so it doesn't really matter if you do this for the Adventure Creator scripts, because we will be updating that also anyway. So after the upgrade is done and we are using the new Unity version, there's this kind of message. The materials in your project were created using an older version of Universal Render Pipeline. So Unity must upgrade them. And this will be done automatically by Unity. So we can go ahead and look at the console here. There's not too many warnings. There's just a dialog message about the different version of Unity. This is the same message that came at the launch. Packages were changed. Try to increase our Shadow Atlas size. If we go into our settings, we can find those things in here. I believe Shadow Atlas resolution here. We should increase this, the warning. Or this is not a warning, it's just a message. So, but you can do that if it warns you about this, to keep your shadows high quality as possible. That looks fine to me. Some other warnings, but I don't think these are anything important. It's just some worker warnings, so we can just clear that. There's no errors right now. We go to the package manager and look at the updates. There's an update for timeline. We're not using any timeline stuff, but whatever built-in Unity packages there are to be updated, you could update those. Then there's also more errors here about the Adventure Creator scripts. We can ignore those because we will be updating Adventure Creator in a second, but then this is the important thing to do after upgrading to Unity 6. The project currently uses the compatibility mode where the render graph API is disabled. So we have to go our build profiles and then player settings. This is a bit different, but you can find it here. Go to graphics and scroll down, and then there's the compatibility mode, and we shall disable this. Then go back to the package manager. There's some deprecated things here now, but we can just ignore those because we are not using them. And under my assets, we can find Adventure Creator if you search for it. Depends how much stuff you have. So we have already downloaded this, but I think this would warn here that the Adventure Creator is for older version or the different version of Unity. So it will ask you to download and import the version for Unity 6 instead. So then again, we shall do the same thing as in the first video, so we don't need the demo. So deselect both of those. There's some new stuff. I don't remember, did we? I think we did, yeah. Templates. There's a new template, title screen. That's interesting. We could check that out, what's in there at some point. Okay, import that, and your project will be updated. There we go, there's an error, but that comes like every time you upgrade your Adventure Creator, so just disregard that. I will have to go back to the Adventure Creator settings. I usually turn off the autosave by setting this to 0. It autosaves the action lists. I haven't found really any use to this. And since if you have a large scene with a lot of action lists, I feel like this takes a lot longer. So it's kind of annoying every 10 minutes. Or like you can set it to whatever, but I don't know. It feels pointless to have that. To me, at least. I will just turn down the alpha of the hotspot and trigger things because it's easier for my eyes. And they are not so blocking everything. Were we using input system integration? Yes, the controller reader needs to be in the with the game engine. So let's go to resources, persistent engine. And we want to drop our controls reader under this. You have to do this every time you update Adventure Creator because usually the persistent engine will also be replaced. So just do this and then you have your player inputs and scale processors and whatever you have in your controls reader always in the game, which is what we need for everything to work correctly. Okay, let's playtest to see if everything works. Let's open up the console and see if there are any error messages. Now let's see, we have our inventory here. Apparently we already have the improvised fishing line. We can fish up that thing. Didn't I have a camera setup down there? Or was it just... I think it would be fun to see like closer when the thing rises. So let's do that just for fun. We haven't added any cameras here. I believe it can be that these menus already have changed a little bit. And let's do stationary camera. So it means it's a simple camera. So stationary camera is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a camera that doesn't move. So we can use that. Now I want to see a preview of the camera, so you can do it here. But what is annoying about this, I don't know why, I don't know how it could be changed. But I would like this camera preview to automatically go to whatever camera I have chosen. And now, for now in Unity 6 at least, I have to go and select it from here so I can actually see what's going on. But yes, let's position this camera in a way that it looks at the key. And we can see when it rises up. Let's try that. Go to this hotspot. Did this look at that? There's something shiny down the drain. Yes. And if I do this, I can go and change the camera in this action list. So switch to simple camera, no transition time, so it's instant. We can do that. Move the nail hooks and whatever parts are there. And then we got the key and we can go camera, switch and tick return to last gameplay, and it's also instant. Now, it depends what kind of game you're using. I think if it's first person, you don't necessarily need to have this, but I think it's a good practice to always use this, so to make sure your camera always returns to the first person mode after some sort of cutscene. So yes, I believe last time we were testing the thing here, which is why we had the carry on start here. Now we don't have anything at start. Let's see. Inventory is empty. We had this loose brick. And we had pliers here. There's the glint for the item. We have double footstep sounds for some reason. Let's see what's that about. We can see the glint there. We can see the nail there. And we had to throw this at the lamp so it comes down. There's some sort of problem there. So we have to see what's that about. And there's the copper wire. That glint should disappear immediately. It doesn't, so we have to fix that also. So I think that was just something we forgot last time. So let's see. We have an hotspot with the broken lamp and the light bulb. I believe it's the copper wire. When we interact with this one, we're just making it invisible here. So we should also go object. We want to clear the parent of the glint particle so it doesn't move with the light bulb thing anymore. And then object teleport the same glint particle to off screen. I believe that's what we want to do. Yes. Times samples on an audio source that has resource assigned that is not a clip is ignored. So the light bulb has an audio source, but it has no source assigned to it. Okay, did we forgot to do anything with this, or that warning is maybe new also? It's adventure creators warning, so we should add some sort of audio for this if we want it to say something when say something. I mean, play a sound when it's colliding with stuff. But we are not doing audio just yet, I don't believe. We have footstep sounds for the player though. Let's see how the interaction for this seems. So let's just do one thing at a time. What was the rotation? Just press R or hold R. I don't even remember stuff from this game because it's been a while. Okay, and the glint disappeared from that too. Actually, I want to see, where is it? Copper wire. Yes, it removed it from being a child of that object. But what I want to do is save the game and then load the game to see if it remembers this change. It does not. It might be that I just don't have we don't have the save components, so we have to do this. So it automatically adds these save components to everything that needs them. I believe we haven't done this yet, which we really should have. Yeah, it's very important. You need to have save components on anything that you move in the scene, and you want to remember the changes in those objects after you save and load. Makes sense. Oh, fuck, the brick flew right off the map. Okay. Physics is something that's a bit broken here. Did we pick up the nail? I think we picked up the nail. Yes, I want to do the save again. Load. And want to see if the object that I moved, yes, it remembers that it doesn't want to be there. Yes, it's not a child. Okay. So we had to combine these things, nail with the pliers, so it's a bent nail, and then bent nail with the copper wire, so we have an improvised fishing line. Yes, indeed. Now we shall try the thing here. Yeah, we can see the key rising. There was nothing else in the drain. And now we don't have a thing for this yet, but the cell key would go here. We can do that in a second, but I would like to know why we are having two sets of footstep audios. That's quite interesting. There are, yeah. Our animations have these animation events. So I want to remove those. I'd rather have them play automatically at this point. These have some random errors that I'm not sure about. So this is just how I've always done this. So let's get rid of those. Now let's see if the problem persists. Now that's a lot better. We don't have double footsteps audio. Okay, how hard are you throwing this brick? Because it's pretty freaking hard. It goes through everything, so we might want to change the speed on that. It might be, I'm not sure, but since the Unity 6 upgrade, that's something about this. What is it? Max speed? Maximum force magnitude. Let's see, 25. Brake force. Maximum force magnitude can be applied by the player. If exceeded, control will be removed. Force scaling and max speed. Is it this instead? Let's take a 1-0 out of it. We have to do testing with this again because I don't remember what I've done. You shouldn't be able to throw a brick so fast that it goes through the fabric of space and time. That's not gonna be enough though. So let's go back. I believe this may very well be 50, but this should be like, let's try half of the 1,500. We can try that instead. So throw, yeah, we're getting there. It's better. It's still quite hard. So let's try half of that. 250. We had 100 and it was way too slow. Okay. Grab the brick, throw the brick. That's a bit more what I think would happen. If we are in a prison, maybe we are not the strongest guy. We had that. Yeah, we need to add the audios, and we also need to remove this light once we have hit. Whoa. Yeah, physics not work. So we need to see what we can do about physics, because things are going through walls. That's not good. There's a bit of chunk here, yes, as you can see. I really don't like the audio warnings though. Those are quite annoying to me. We have all our objects here. I believe these inventory items, yes, it's an prefab, so we can add the same prefab to any scene then. Have the same camera, so the correct objects. Yeah. What I think we could do is remove the light. We are not using any baked lighting, are we? I don't think so. So in this, where is it? Interaction, use interaction. Light bulb fall. Is there a trigger to this? Yes, there's the trigger. Let's rename this so we actually know. Light bulb trigger. And when it's hit by the loose brick, it runs. Actions, edit actions, yes, yes. So we need to object teleport to off-screen marker the actual light from the ceiling here. So we can do that here. So yes, this goes away then. Is this light actually flickering when I play? I think I might have toned it down for the tutorial or it just doesn't do anything. I believe that was working previously. Or am I wrong? This is just the light. So we haven't set it to be flickering at the moment. Did we add any kind of... There's a script. A flickering light script. I don't remember if I added this or not. So there are some other lights here. Shadows. So when this light disappears... Was there was... Hold on. Yeah. There's a light here too, under this. I think this is a very dim light, so it just makes sure that it's not too dark, I believe. I think this can be a child of that object, so it goes away also. How big are these lights and how far is our off-screen? Navigation, markers, off-screen marker. Not far enough, I believe. Yeah. Let's go to -50, so we make sure that none of that light is actually affecting anything here. So that's good. Now let's see about the flickering. Min wait time 0. I don't know, 1. Max wait time 0. I don't know, 3. No, 9.3, please. So it's flickering. Intensity. Max intensity is 0.25. No, that's the max, I believe. Or maybe a little bit higher, and then the max is just 0. Yes? No? Does this work the way I want it, or is it just going between these values randomly? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's flickering. Yeah, I believe I don't want to necessarily use this for our game, because I don't want to cause any kind of issues for anyone watching. Oh, I did not even hit that. Try again. Okay, it falls and it's completely dark. I don't want it to go this dark. I don't think so. Let's remove that as a child. I believe that was the reason we had this light inside this cell. to make sure it doesn't go too dark. Again, let's throw that. Yeah, I think this is fine. This light can be from that thing here. Yes, good. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Yes. There's a key down there. Yes, I believe this is quite fun. So we now have, there's still some, it can kind of like shows that there's some light there. So I could maybe lower the light a little bit. That makes sure that it's not gonna be. Change the range and move it down a little bit. Try again. Yes, there's the flickering. We can also just touch. It does the same thing. So yes, I believe that's fine. So it kind of still shows a ring of light around this, which is kind of for the player to show that, hey, this is important. Oh yeah, we have a metal step sound. There's a very small area where we can actually activate this, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's get to the key. Just ignore that error for now. We will go into the audios properly maybe next time. We have a too long video already today for that. But yes, our cell door does not have any hotspot attached to it yet, so let's do that. And I believe it's good to have a box collider for as a trigger, so we don't have to actually hit the metal to like click on this. So does everything have a name on their hotspot? I don't believe. Yes, there are. I don't remember stuff. It's been too long. Cell door. Use interaction, and just we would play a sound here and just say it's locked tight. Don't animate speaker. We don't have any enemies. I don't think you don't have to click this. It's just, yeah, if these are empty, then I don't know, nothing happens. There's that. And then when we go to inventory interaction with the cell key, then we can go and maybe remove the cell key and then object transform rotate. Does this cell door have a movable script? It does not. So movable. So we can actually move this cell door out of our way. Does this, hold on, let's see, lock in the door. Yeah, I made this so I could move this. So let's add a movable script also to the cell door lock. So copy and paste that. So first we will be moving the cell door lock, rotating it to, I believe it's 90 on the z-axis. So do that. We will wait until it's finished. And then we shall rotate the cell door itself to maybe 120 is good on the y-axis. And yes. Then just wait until finish and then it's done. And I don't remember, I believe these should also, let's go and run the auto add save components, see if it adds to these. Yes, it does. So it adds a remember movable. So it will then remember the rotation of this object. And once that's done, we can also go hotspot. Where is hotspot? I'm blind there. Enable or disable, and we shall enable the cell door hotspot so we don't interact with it anymore. So now the door is open and we can get to this thing. I believe I added some, hold on, did I? Path. No, I did not. Did I not? There might have been, EA app needs to restart. Oh, thank you, EA app. It just disappeared before I could do anything. I believe I had path set to this, so we would have an interactable movable object here. It was quite intricate system, and I'd like to get it back. I don't know where it is. It's gone. I don't remember. Did I have a different version of this where I was testing things? Might have. I'm just gonna do it again. But that's probably a thing for the next time, because this has been a bit of a mess video. Because I'm still remembering what the hell have I been doing with this. So sorry about that, but I'm trying to activate on YouTube more, like in regards to this tutorials and my own game and all sorts of different stuff. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. I might have to also do some googling about the physics and how to get them to actually not do that. This specifically is pretty bad for a game when you can just soft lock yourself. Oh, the door is actually, I moved the door. No, I don't want the door to be there at the beginning. 0, that out. Okay. But let's test this. I could also add a camera here to actually see the lock opening. Would be fun to have these kinds of little small cutscene things for all the things that we do in the game. I could also change the sample player first person name. So yeah, let's just hold on. Nail to pliers, bent nail to that, and then this to there, and this kind of camera views for stuff. So let's crouch down and go close to this. We have the key, click, we can see it opening. Yeah, it works just fine. Now that's open, then we would go and, I don't know if I'm gonna do the thing here, I don't know. It's kind of weird that the lock for this cell is inside the cell room. But this thing could be on the other side of this door also, so, but currently it's not. So currently it doesn't make any sense. So we would need to maybe add a guard here, or like a dead person, or a table with a guard or something. That the guard would always come inside and lock the door from the inside, and nobody would be able to get in. I don't know. Something like that. This doesn't make much sense, but does it have to make sense? I'm just making a tutorial here. Yeah, the door is fine. We might do the movable. So what I did for this was, it was an grabbable, what is it? Draggable object, yes. That it had a straight track and a hinge track 2 times, I believe. So you would have to move this like this to open it, and then drag it like this, and then it would go down and open the door. And then you could open it. Ta-da! But yeah, that's a problem for another day. I'm not dealing with that now because it was quite intricate system, and it's difficult to set the paths to be precisely where you want them to be for these kind of quite small objects that can change their paths and do all kinds of weird stuff. But yes, I believe this will be the tutorial for today. I have recorded for 47 minutes. I might have to do quite a bit of editing to make this coherent. But yeah, I am back. I will be making more videos, hopefully. And yes, I will try to get these tutorials out more for you guys. Yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time.